Welcome to English with Jim. In this lesson, we are going to look at three-word phrasal verbs, those tricky yet essential parts of everyday English conversation. We're going to look at 10 of these phrasal verbs, 10 useful and important ones that will help you speak more naturally, more confidently in English. So let's get at it. Come up with, to think of a plan, idea, or solution. It's a moment where you suddenly figure something out, like an aha moment. During the meeting, Lisa came up with an idea to increase sales. Or during the power outage, Rick came up with an idea to have a candlelit dinner. So, come up with thinking of a good idea, a solution, or a plan. Cut down on, to reduce the amount or number of something. So think of a household budget. If you need to trim the budget, you cut down on expenses. Maybe coffee expenses. In my case, I drink a lot of coffee. I need to cut down on my coffee intake. Or Nancy needs to cut down on sugary drinks. She drinks too much sugar, consumes too much sugar. So, cut down on, reduce the amount or number of something. Drop out of, to stop doing an activity or a course before you finish it. Like dropping out of school, for example. Now, if you drop out of something, you need to have signed up for it in the first place. You can't just drop out of a daily walk with a friend. It needs to be something that you signed up for or paid money for, like a yoga class or some other examples. Tom had to drop out of the marathon because of a knee injury. Or Susan dropped out of her pottery class because it was clashing with her work. She didn't have time to do pottery and work, so she dropped out of her pottery class. So drop out of, quit, essentially, something that you signed up for. Get along with, to have a good relationship with someone, like a family member, a colleague, a friend. If you get along with someone, you gel. For example, Julie gets along with her colleagues, making work enjoyable. She has a good relationship with her coworkers. Despite their differences, the brothers get along really well together. So, they're different people, but they have a good relationship. Get along with, a good relationship with. Go ahead with, to start or continue to do something, especially after waiting for a period of time, thinking about something. Like perhaps your boss. You submit a project, and then the boss thinks about it. Finally, she gives you the thumbs up. The project goes ahead. Or some other examples. Once the weather improved, they went ahead with the outdoor festival. Or Gary decided to go ahead with his candidacy for president despite several scandals. So, Gary has some scandals, but decided to continue running for president. So, go ahead, continue to do something after taking a break to think about it. Look forward to feel excited about something that is going to happen. right? Like a trip or perhaps a wedding or a kid counting down the days to his or her birthday party. Marie is looking forward to her friend's wedding next weekend. Or the children are looking forward to a school trip to the zoo. Looking forward to, getting excited about something on the horizon in the future. Put up with, to tolerate or endure someone or something that is unpleasant, like sitting through a boring lecture at school. You put up with it because you have to pass the class. You got to listen. Marie is struggling to put up with her husband snoring all night. Can't sleep. She can't endure it. Or Jack puts up with his noisy neighbors because he loves his apartment. Apartment's really nice, so he puts up with a little noise next door. Put up with, tolerate, or endure someone or something. Run out of, to use all of something and have nothing left. Like when you're baking a cake and you realize, oh no, I've run out of sugar. No more sugar to finish the cake. Jack ran out of gas on the side of the road and had to walk to work. Or halfway through the recipe, Diane realized she ran out of flour. So, could not finish the recipe because there was no more flour. Run out of, when there's nothing left. Stand up for, to defend or support an idea or someone who is being attacked or criticized. For example, maybe there's a child who's being bullied and another child stands up for that child, protects that child, defends that child. In the meeting, Sarah stood up for her team's creative ideas. So perhaps someone said the ideas were terrible. Sarah said, hey, these are good creative ideas. She stood up for her team, her colleagues. Or it's important to stand up for your beliefs, even if others disagree. Right? So you have conviction in what you think. You stand up for yourself and what you think, despite the criticism from others. Stand up for, defend in face of criticism. Fall back on, to use something like money or a skill to help you when things go bad, when things have failed. For example, when Jim lost his job, he fell back on his freelance skills to support himself. So he lost his 9-to-5 job, but he fell back on his own skills to pay the rent, to pay the bills. Or when Susie's house burned down, she fell back on her savings to fix it. Didn't have any insurance. She used her savings to repair her home. She fell back on her savings. All right, that is it for 3-word phrasal verbs for today. I hope they help you speak more naturally in English. And if you like the lesson, please like and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Take care.